We are continuing here in Garlemald on the MSQ. When we left off last time, we had just had a meeting with some of the Scions in Lucia, discussing our plans moving forward towards the tower and the tented Garlemald. And so yeah, we're finishing this off. Gods be good. If it's this cold with Tatara's clothing, I dread to think how it would fare without it. I must remember to thank her when we meet. It makes me realize too that while the people of Garlemald have spent their whole lives in conditions like these, even they'd be hard pressed to survive away from the warmth of their homes. If there are any survivors, we must find them, and quickly. What ho, chums? Been given something to do, have you? As it happens, I too have been ordered to make myself useful. Sounds like a rather tall order. Since you asked, I just scour the Albion Rome for survivors. What? Wander around ice fields on the off chance you'll find someone? It'd take forever to finish the job without the benefit of my expertise, or more specifically, my telescope. Come, friends, I know just the spot to begin our search. I'll probably regret this, but we may as well humor him. Right, making our way over to Maui. Actually, I've still got this. Oh. If I can find them.
Okay, that's done. Disband party, leave party.
What do you see? I spy with my little telescope. A massive sheep thing? Or maybe it's a cow? Not what we're after, either way. Is it an ether current? No, just a wind spray. Other than that, it's all snow, snow, snow. But lo, what do I see over you, hillock? There's no mistaking it. That's a girl. A survivor? Show me. Over there, behind that tree, it looks like she's running from something. Though surely not us. She wouldn't even know we're here unless she had a telescope like mine. All I can tell is that she's wearing a pale green dress, a rather fetching one at that. She'll be long gone by the time we get anywhere near, but we should be able to follow her footprints. I'll let Lucian know where you're heading. Oh, and take these warming tinctures with you. The poor girl must be chilled to the bone, if not on the verge of freezing to death. That's actually very thoughtful. Thank you, but won't you need some for yourself? No. I'll be fine. As a man of chivalry, my honor demands I do no less. And lest we forget, the very reason we are here is to protect those in need. Now go, and Godspeed. Alright, time to follow this ghost footprints. A trail of fresh footprints lead east. These footprints appear to be the same as those you saw previously, and they lead towards the building. We're getting closer, I'm sure of it. At first we thought she'd gone inside the building, but the door doesn't look to have been opened in some time. She might still be nearby, so we'll keep looking around here. Then again, it's also possible that she ran right past this place. Would you mind searching up ahead? Don't mind if I do. The girl in the green dress anxiously surveys her surroundings. Were you to call out to her from this distance, it might attract wild beasts to your location. It would be safer to get closer first, but you must do so without drawing her attention. Follow the girl from a safe distance. The objective will end in failure if you are noticed. Make use of cover, such as rocks, to approach her without being seen. Similarly, the objective will also end in failure if you fall too far. Should you fail to complete the objective, you may try again by returning to the designated location. Okay. Oh my god. I didn't actually turn around. Okay. We just go again. Alright, there she is. Be secretive this time. So far, so good. No, 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 no. It's just a tree. Surely. Yeah, yeah, just imagining stuff. Those beasts spot me, I'm done for. Oh. It's all good. I'm not gonna fail this game. Gotta keep on going. They're all depending on me. Oh my god, stop. You're kidding me. I was so far away. Ah. God damn. Damn. Okay, third time's the charm. Behind the rock. And behind the tree. It must be imagining things. Yeah. Until I fuck it up again, yeah. Oh my god, she's running. Just keep moving. Nothing, stay away from me, please. Okay, I'm safe. Whew. Gonna turn around again. No? Okay. Sweet. So, I was on the last one when she caught me. Man, dude. Still in one piece. Who are you? Stay back. This house is packed with explosives. Take another step and I'll blow this place sky high. Please, we just want to talk. I'm Alphino, and this is my sister Elise, and our good friend Toby. We have no intention of hurting or taking anything from you or anyone else. I give you my word. We and our comrades have just come to provide aid to the people of Garlemald. Aid? You savages are the ones responsible for all of this. You did this to us. We didn't, I promise you. One of the other reasons we came was to find out what happened here, in fact. The Telocroi are the ones to blame. They're the ones who laid waste to Garlemald, and they won't stop until they've destroyed the entire world. They're the enemy. Our enemy. On our way, we encountered Imperial soldiers who had been made their thralls. Those poor souls are now in our care, and we are striving to cure them of their affliction. You're the first person we've met who wasn't already enslaved. How were you able to escape the Telocroi's influence? Are there any others like you? I'm sorry, I don't mean to overwhelm you. Let's just start with introductions. Can you tell me your name? My name's Lucina. As for how I've managed to stay sane, I've been asking myself the same question ever since that night. And the roar, that terrible roar, and then the screams. I was screaming too, I think. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Then came the silence. Everything was still. It was like waking up from a nightmare. I thought that maybe the fighting had stopped, so I stepped outside. If your hells are real, I saw one that day. I ran past friends, people I've known all my life. Eyes vacant, dead, staring at the sky. Others were mad and violent. I saw them struggle with soldiers, but didn't stay to watch. I fled as far as my legs would take me. Do you have family here? Is this their home? No, this is Victor's Spoils, a mansion for retired soldiers. Or it was, but now me and a few others are borrowing it. As for the explosives, I was making that up. I just wanted to keep everyone else safe, and I didn't know if you would. The truth is, our supplies are running low. You said you're here to help, can you? Of course, whatever assistance we can provide, we will. Thank you. I'd better tell the others first, though. Wait here. This is everyone. Lucina says you can be trusted, but these are desperate times. It would be fools to let foreign troops into our home. Having said that, were you to provide us with means of heating the place as a sign of goodwill, perhaps we could take you at your word. If that is too much to ask, then leave us be. It's time to put my firewood gathering skills to use. Could you provide the spark with a little fire, with a little magic, Elisa? We'll have a fire burning in no time. Maybe build it under that gazebo? What? Oh, you mean the bower? Yes, do as you will. Sorry, I'm still finding it hard to come to terms with all that's happened. Now you're here, though, I'm hoping things might change for the better. You know, I've worked up quite a sweat from all that running about, so I'll leave space around the fire for the others. As you can tell, they're in a far worse state than me. We were planning to look for somewhere warmer or with more food, but they're not going anywhere until we nurse them back to health, which I don't know how to do. Is there anything you can do to help them? Get healthy. He's back here. I can treat their frostbite and their wounds, but it would take time for the fire to do its work. Now would be a good occasion to make use of Emeline's tinctures, the ones that can warm the body from the inside out. Would you make sure everyone gets one? The numbness is beginning to subside, though I suspect once the fire dies it will return with a vengeance. Warming tincture? I've never heard of such a thing. No harm in trying. Tell me, have you heard aught of the city? Though calling it that seems absurd after what's happened, it's nothing but ruins now. The few buildings still standing offer no more than meager protection from wind and snow. Food production, water purification, the magitech that sustained us has come to a grinding halt. What Machina that remains operational cannot be run for lack of cerulean. Of course, Cerulia, Ingens is full of the stuff for all the good it does us. No one out here knows the first thing about extraction or refinement. All is well. Yes, never better. Oh, what sweet libation is this? Is it poison by any chance? It was a joke, a joke. If I laughed, 'tis that I may not weep, so said the poet. And alas, my tears would freeze on my cheek ere they fell. We are the blessed damned, to bear witness to the fall of the great empire, while our brethren lie dead, or live on as puppets of flesh. First came the war, then came the roar. When morning came, Garlemald was no more. In a cacophony of gunfire, explosions and screams was our beloved capital razed to the ground. From the rubble rose the dishevelled remnants, their lavish finery caked in ash as they shuffled mindlessly towards the palace, each bearing a fragment of stone or metal, an offering perhaps to the architect of our destruction. A hopeful few tried to reason with the deranged, only to be beaten for their kindness. But I knew better than to plead with the horde. I fled with my health, if not my conscience preserved. Now I wait with my fellow comrades for our final judgment. What do you want? A tincture? May as well drink it, I suppose. It's a radio. You don't have them where you come from, I take it? We use them to listen to messages sent by others, even over great distances. There are different types, but this model is by far the most popular. Made with quality components crafted with the finest ore, sourced from Locus Amonis it is. Not all that useful since the capital fell into ruin. The people at the broadcasting station must have either fled, or ended up like all the others, because all we've been hearing is the same music being played over and over again. Poem beyond the horizon, an ode to the brave men and women sent to reclaim our ancestral homeland of Locus Amonis. We may have founded an empire in these frozen wastes, but we always hope to take back what was once ours. 'Tis a solemn reminder that though we must suffer great hardship, better days will surely come. Despite everything, I believe that Emperor Varus yet lives, and that he speaks to us through our radios. It was a cunning strategy, faking his murder. He must have foreseen this catastrophe and chosen to conceal himself, that he may one day make his triumphant return. Holy moly, coping so hard. Yes, I'm sure of it. Emperor Varus would not be defeated so easily. Yeah. So, that's a bit of a cope, my brother. What's that? It's a warming tincture. So this is what you gave the others. Thank you. I'll save it for later. Actually, I have a few things to ask you. Are you part of the group staying in Laterum? I saw Legatus Vergilla's troops heading towards the Magna Glacies a few days ago. Are they the ones you encountered? Camp Broken Glass, you call it. And Vergilia and her men are all there now. So how did you reach the Magna Glacies? Did you cross the mountains on foot? Airships. Then there might be a way to... Lucina? Where is everyone? Is something the matter? Come on. Who is it? A voice from inside you say, "You must be imagining things. Everyone's out here." Perhaps a baby Almasty has found its way into the house. It wouldn't be the first time. Without the soldiers to scare them off, wild animals have been roaming closer to the settlements. Some have been known to attack people too. I've just had an idea. If you and yours are strong enough to defeat a Legatus, then surely a few beasts shouldn't pose a threat. If you have a mind to continue helping us, perhaps you could head to the other side of the lake. There's a small group of tappers living there, people whose job was to extract cerulean. They still do, from what we can tell. We've already tried asking if they would share their fuel with us, but they're not willing to give it away. They want food in exchange, lots of food. And that's something we don't have and can't get on our own. On top of that, to even reach their den, we would have to make our way past all those creatures. Would you be willing to go in our place? We only need enough cerulean to last until the others are strong enough to travel to your camp. If the offer still stands, that is. Oh, and I don't expect you to give up your own supplies, but there might be another way to pay the tappers. You better watch out for the baby Almasties while we're away. Yes, of course. If I see any, I'll be sure to shoot them away. To reach Tapper's Den, you'll have to cross the lake. The ice is thick enough to support a person's weight, but if you'd rather not take the risk, you'll need to take the long way around. Finding the entrance can be a bit tricky too, so it's easier to just look for someone standing guard outside. However you decide to head there, please be careful. Who is she hiding? And why is she hiding them? So, yeah, let's go across the lake. I need to kill some Yeti. What was it actually called? A Almasty. Oh, there we go. 292 to the south. Hey, there's one. I've got my sacks of nuts. I actually have to walk along that pipe, don't I? Unless there's another way up. I was afraid of this. there's no stairs anywhere else. Oh, man. Okay, let's go. Check out this cerulean mining group, the tappers. Hey, there's another ink drive. Who goes there? How did you find us? What do you mean? I stand out here like a sore thumb. If the pure bloods over at Victor's spoils hadn't given away our location, you'd never have found us. Those stuck-up arseholes thought they could come waltzing in here demanding cerulean with nothing to offer in return. Ha! Looks like the boot's on the other foot now. The capital's gone to shite. So they've resorted to sending you to negotiate. I know your game, sellsword. If they think we'll give in to intimidation, they've got another thing coming. Bruh, okay. I thought that was the best idea. Probably shouldn't have tried to fuck with me, buddy. There you are. Just after you left, Lucina asked me to go and catch up with you, in case you needed a hand. Someone must have let slip that I had a little experience in transporting barrels of cerulean. So this is Tapper's Den. Well then, after you. Who are you? What happened to the guards? Are Eorzeans and rebels here to save the people of Garlemald? Doesn't make any goddamn sense. Why in the hells would you pass up this chance to put those Imperial bastards to the sword? Let me guess. None of you are Garlean. You were brought here from other lands? Girabania, Yangsha, Ozja, Dalmasca, to name a few. But some dragged here against our will. Others fed bollocks about a better life, all put to work extracting cerulean. All given the esteemed title of Arn, placing us firmly on the bottom rung of the ladder. But the old hierarchy means nothing in the new Garlemald, says we. About the only thing that's escaped more or less unscathed is Cerulia Ingans, still sustaining us, even with our paymasters out of the picture. We hear you're experts in drawing up cerulean from the bottom of the lake, but how can you do that if it's frozen over? Would you like to know? Trade secrets, I'm afraid. At any rate, it's not as if ceruleum is used for much these days. What with the city in ruins, we take enough to power our heaters and save the surplus for later. And though it helps stave off the cold, it does sod all about our hunger unless we can trade it away. Speaking of which, be sure to tell your contingent we've got cerulean by the barrelful. If they're interested, we'll exchange it for whatever provisions they're willing to spare. We can certainly ask, but if you're all free to go now, why carry on living here? Free to go? Go where? Even if we manage to get back to our homelands, there's been nothing left for us, thanks to the Empire. And the knowledge and skills we acquired working here would be practically useless outside of Garlemald. So we're staying for the time being. As long as there's a need for cerulean, we'll find a way to get by, even if Garlemald as we knew it is gone for good. Gone for good. Regardless of what the Ilsabar contingent does for the people of Garlemald, the Empire itself is already a thing of the past. For many, that would be a cause for celebration, while for others, their whole way of life will have been turned upside down. After all the atrocities committed in the Empire's name, perhaps it is for the best that it is consigned to history. But what of the ordinary people? Their lives, their stories, should they be forgotten too? I suppose there'll be plenty of time to ponder that later. For now, let's see about getting some cerulean. So you've come seeking cerulean, have you? What? Those purebloods up at Victor's spoils sent you? To turn to their enemies to help. They must be more desperate than I'd thought. Then again, Lucina's got her little sister to think about. A sister? But we only saw Lucina and 3 men. It is possible she died from whatever was ailing her. If she needed treatment, I doubt there'd be any way to get her around here. I may have refused Lucina at first, thinking she'd come back with something to exchange. But I can spare them a bottle's worth of cerulean. Consider it a reward for introducing me to the rest of your contingent. Be sure to send them our way, you hear? I can't for the life of me think why Lucina would keep her sister a secret from us. We can ask about that after we've delivered this cerulean. Come on, let's hurry back. Alright, back up there. I think I'm gonna try and grab that Aether Current as well. I'm guessing I'll get onto there from the stairs. Oh, fate. I should probably do this. There's one plate here, 5 more to do. Let's go deliver this cerulean. This isn't right. It's too quiet. I would have thought Elfina would still be treating them by the fire, but they're nowhere to be seen. I'll look inside the house while you search outside. They can't have gone far. Okay, Alpha, no. There he is. They asked me to help carry supplies. But when I followed them back here, they attacked me, caught me off guard, forced me to defend myself. I fear they fared rather worse than me. You can't fool us. We know what you're about. Vultures. That's what you are, waiting in the wings for us to show weakness, then in you swoop. Here to hell. What rot, all a ploy to make us lower our guard. Let you in, put ourselves at your mercy, put us in chains, steal our lands, get your revenge. You're wrong. That's not what any of us want. Save the arguments for later. We've got bigger problems. I found empty medicine bottles and a bed that was still warm. It's true. Lucina was hiding her sick sister inside the house. But now there's no sign of either of them. Where are they? Where did they go? Away from you and yours. And if you think I'll tell you, you're a fool. I'll never give up my people. We're trying to help them, you idiot. Her sister's ill. The empty bottles prove it, so the medicine ran out, or she put it in her pockets to make it easier to carry, or to avoid the sound of clinking glass. There are beasts everywhere. How could you let them go alone? To protect them from you. You invade our homeland, taint it with the same sorcery used to slay our countrymen. The Garleans should sooner die than suffer the insult. Better for them to flee, keep their purity intact, than be corrupted by your vile magics. We were waiting for a chance to free them, since the moment you arrived. This is getting us nowhere. I cannot say how Lucina and her sister will react when we find them, but find them we must. Go on without me, both of you. I first need to tend to my injuries, and theirs. I will join you in the search after. Alright, be careful. God, what a moron! We'll do our best to find them quickly. There's only one path out of here, so that's where we'll start. Two sets of fresh footprints. Young women, judging by the size. This is definitely them. Come on. Nice. Nice. This ether current, and then we'll keep following the footsteps. trail stops at the frozen lake. Perhaps they chose this route so as not to leave footprints. I can't think of any other reason. Look at this place. It's crawling with beasts, and I can only imagine how hard it must be for her ailing sister to cross the ice. I could really do with Alphinaud's help, but we can't afford to wait for him. Let's split up and look for clues. Looking for clues. Oh, there's something. Empty bottle. The empty bottle smells faintly of alcohol. The thin coating of dirt indicates it has been here for some time and is unlikely to have any connection to Lucina and her sister. Let's keep searching then. There's something. Fresh blood. The blood staining the snow appears to be fresh. Judging by the amount, the victim may have been severely wounded. The trail of blood leads south eastwards. North, west, around there. Lucina, where are you? Over here. The two bodies are already cold. Ah. That's not good.
Blood trail. We found one. They were attacked.
Yeah.
No.
Ah.
Why? Why wouldn't they?
Safer to brave the wilds than trust in our magic. We should have... I should have...
Rip.
We can't leave them like this. We have to take them home.
What if we're only making it worse?
Maybe we don't belong here, but neither do they. Not out here in the wind and the cold.
From the trailer. Oh, hopefully that's not bad stuff anymore. Yeah, we need to take them home. Come on.
I heard the story about Varus's voice from beyond the grave. Of course, I didn't believe it, but Licinia and her sister did. Perhaps there is something to the tale after all. I want to understand. So I'm going to borrow this for a while, if that's all right.
Yeah.
You had every reason not to trust us. We came as trespassers, invaders. But I pray that in time, we will be more than that to you. That we will find a way to help your loved ones. And see that no more children are left to freeze alone in the snow.
There must have been something we could have done. But what? Should we have never come here? Would they still be alive if we hadn't? We have already caused enough harm here. Let us return to the camp before we cause any more. As for those inside the house, we should send someone to take care of them. Someone who isn't us. All we can do for now is to make our report to Lucille and do everything in our power to prevent further tragedy. Let us linger here no more. Come. Okay. I'm here just so I can transfer back. Umber. More than 50 Q. Damn. Okay, moving on. Damn, dude. Just wanted to help. Oh, I guess it's tough. I guess it makes sense that, you know, they would do that as well. I don't think there was anything we could have done either. If we didn't go, then they would have just died from starvation or to the cold. And us going there, I'm so afraid. Elisa and Elfner tell me they have finished their preliminary search for survivors, who refrain from saying much more than that. Clearly they are reluctant to provide details. May I ask for your account?
Thank you for your report. We shall inform the troops of these developments and instruct them to proceed with the utmost caution should they encounter any survivors.
Allow me to go and speak with the ones at the victor's spoils. They may be more willing to listen to a fellow Garlean and accept our offer of assistance.
I pray you are right. And though I am loath to burden you any further, should there be an appropriate occasion to speak of Licinia and her sister, please do so.
I am sorry to have put you through this.
My distress is nothing compared to their suffering. So tell me, what else have we learned?
As you may have already heard, we have succeeded in curing the members of the Popularis, Maxima identified. They have provided us with some intriguing insights into the current state of Garlemald. The assassination of Emperor Varus was the catalyst for the civil war. Nerva declared his claim to the throne, and his opponents refused to recognize it. Fighting broke out in the capital, where Nerva's Third Legion clashed with the First, who remained loyal to Varus even after his death.
Of course, even Imperial warmongers would balk at the idea of turning their shining city into a battleground. Like burning down the wood to spite the wasps. Unless something or someone inflamed their animosity to such an extent that they could not help but act against their better judgment.
Right.
It brings to mind events of the Gimlet Dark, does it not? The Emperor's sudden withdrawal from the front lines, specifically. Nerva and his father, Titus, Varus's then political rival, took advantage of rumors that Crown Prince Xenos had been possessed by a demon.
Which he was.
Elidibus, what better way to disparage your enemies than with the truth, or a close enough approximation?
Yep.
Indeed. But before their accusations could be substantiated, many of Titus's followers were silenced. While some were merely stripped of their status, others died under curious circumstances. One after another, suddenly and suspiciously.
Again, Elidibus. Like as not, he had a hand in it. No evidence was found to implicate Varus, certainly. Nevertheless, Titus, Nerva, and the Third Legion would have judged it a brazen attempt by the Emperor to rid himself of his political enemies.
Of course.
And then, in the midst of this growing turmoil, Varus Sosgalvus is murdered. And Garlemald's own prodigal son, Gaius van Belsar, is named the murderer. Shortly thereafter, Nerva claims the right of succession. And in response, the First Legion claims the assassination was part of a coup d'etat orchestrated by Titus and Nerva.
So no one is at fault, and everyone else is to blame.
I should add that both parties received substantial financial backing, presumably to provide them with the means and encouragement to pursue a swift victory, and that these contributions came from the self-same benefactor.
I'd heard House Brutus had been filling the Third Legion's coffers, but the First as well.
It would seem so. Though the Popularis determined that the First Legion received funds from a variety of organizations, all had connections to House Brutus.
So Fandaniel, in the guise of Asahi, was playing both sides against each other the entire...
Yep.
The information we gained from my friends does not end there. One night, shortly after fighting broke out, the capital was shaken by an immense tremor.
And there was the roar, like the first beast.
From that point onward, they have no memories, no recollection of any events, including our clash on the Magna Glaciers. But when asked about the Imperial Palace and its bizarre transformation, they somehow recall Emperor Varus giving them orders in their dreams. May the Tower of Babel stand as testament to the glory of Garlemald.
This sounds awfully familiar.
We have something to show you all.
Varys spoke to them through this radio.
Oh my god.
Perhaps it was a recording, but if not, that would be inexplicable.
They're generating faith that that the Emperor is still alive, then using those people that they have the they're using those people's faith to generate more primals from the tower. Oh boy. Meaning there'll be a primal in the shape of Emperor Solus. Oh my god.
We are of one mind, then.
Adventure into the tower.
The ether that permeates the ore used in this device is almost identical to that of the talismans.
Permeates the ore. The ether that permeates the ore in the radio is almost identical to that of the talismans. Ah.
I see it. While it is likely more by coincidence than design, these devices might also ward against a primal's influence. A picture is beginning to form. If the tremor felt throughout Garlemald was a wave of ether emitted by a primal,
Yeah.
then while those within range would have been tempered, those huddled around a radio desperate for news concerning the Civil War would have been spared.
No wonder Licinia kept it close.
My friends, I must speak with you.
Okay. What up? What up, girl?
A young man was caught trying to steal our supplies. He is a soldier of the Iron Men, we think, but one who has not been made thrall. Thankfully, Magni restrained him before blood was spilled. The stranger is outside, if you wish to ask him questions.
I think we do.
The radios are protecting them from the towers. It's that guy.
Who do we have here?
Garleans? Traitors to your homeland! Have you no shame?
I am Lucia Junius, a Temple Knight of Ishgard. And you are?
Iulus Pier Norbanus. And that's all you invaders will get from me.
We are not here to invade Garlemald. Far from it. Like you, our allies in Eorzea and the Far East fight in defense of their lives and their loved ones even as we speak. But it is the people of Garlemald who have suffered most. This we know. And that is why we have come to offer you our aid, that we may unite against our common foe. Whether you believe me or not, those are the facts. Now, answer me this. Why would a proud soldier of the Empire be reduced to stealing? The situation must be dire indeed for you to go to such lengths. If it is supplies you seek, we would gladly share ours, or turn a blind eye while you leave with your spoils.
I will not negotiate. My commander will determine how to deal with you and yours. If you wish to treat with him, I will take you, but no more than 3.
I don't much like the sound of that. But if we do accept his proposal, I suggest the 2 of us and...
Lucia.
Please allow me and Alize to act as envoys.
Oh.
May I ask why?
We have seen with our own eyes the hardships the Garleans face. How their futures and lives hang in the balance.
It's not the warmest invitation, but it's an opportunity to prove our intentions true. Maybe not a chance to make things right, but a chance to make them better.
I'm going with him, of course.
I can see that persuading you otherwise is a lost cause, but you will proceed with the utmost care.
Of course.
Couple of children and what? A sellsword? Is this an insult?
Not in the least. You will find that they are more than qualified to speak on our behalf.
There are many dangers on the road ahead. I will need that back.
Okay, let's follow him. You'll be received as invited guests, and so I urge you to observe proper social etiquette and conduct yourselves accordingly. Your safe return takes precedence above all else. Remember this. Thancred in particular will be worried sick if you're gone too long. May the Fury watch over and keep you. Are you and the children ready? I'll explain the route once we are outside your camp. If anyone attempts to follow us, we will judge it as an act of hostility. We will not hesitate to take appropriate measures. I would expect nothing less. You have our full cooperation. Let's get out. 350 to the northwest. There. Alright, this is far enough. Listen carefully. We head over that hill, follow the road until we reach Liminal Station 4. Children in the lead, I want you where I can see you. We do have names, you know. I'm Alice and he's Elfino. And last but not least, there's Kobe. Kobe, where have I heard that before? No matter. Elfino and Alice will watch the road ahead while we bring up the rear. I wasn't lying about them being many dangers, so you're to run, not saunter. Run towards the station. If you even think about going for your weapon, the deal's off. Should any creatures bar the way, we go around them. Once you choose to part, Jules will accompany. Often Alice will then begin moving towards the destination, make your way. Yep. Ready to make a dash for the station? Yep. Let's go. Over that hill, right? Come on. This must be the road he mentioned. I'm guessing that's Liminal Station 4. We'd better not draw attention. There's the station, I presume. Yep. Lyoton. That went pretty smoothly. Oh my god, look at that spire. This is it, the first stop, that is. Good. It looks like your friends knew better than to follow us. Are these your headquarters? No, we're stopping here so I can check for pursuers. Since it appears you've kept your side of the bargain, we can carry on. Alright. North of the station is Regio Domorum, one of the main residential areas, or at least it was. The afflicted roam the streets in packs. They'll tear us to shreds if given the chance. Keep close, and no wandering off. Understood? Let's ether compass it up real quick. 47 to the north. Meaning it should be just around here. Person's got the right of it. Oh, there we go. Alright. Let us be about it. From here, we'll be heading northeast, keeping to the left of the railway. While the route itself is straightforward, getting past the hordes unseen is anything but. Keep your weapons at the ready. They would attack their own countrymen? Aye, they spare their own but slaughter the rest without hesitation. They will try to avoid detection, but chances of sneaking by completely unnoticed are slim at best. I will lead the way, but in the event we are seen, you're to fight them off. Those two will follow us, provided they can refrain from drawing their weapons. While I doubt they would be foolish enough to stab their guy in the back, I will not take the chance. With what he said, let us proceed. With that said, let us proceed. I see why your comrades chose you. Our contingent has accused the afflicted, or tempered as we call them. Your people would need to be taken into custody that we may administer the treatment, but they would eventually regain their sanity. Is that so? For all I know, your treatment would simply force them to forsake one master for another. As far as I and my legion are concerned, they are no longer our people. They're beyond saving. Those who thought differently and tried to reason with them were butchered for their bleeding hearts. Come, we have to keep moving. Aye, aye, aye. We can literally save them there. Oh. Looks like we're not being followed. We will continue onward. Oh, very nicely done. Remember what I said, these people deserve only death. I stayed my hand before only out of a desire to remain undiscovered, and that is still the higher priority. We should continue to avoid any unnecessary confrontations. Keep following the railway. I don't even see them as people anymore. Northwest, that'd be oh my god, look at that. Yeah, that's a pretty native function right there. Not gonna lie. Turning into tentacles. Look at what they've become. Would you still stand there and claim that they can be cured? Maybe not at that point. Those exposed to a vast quantity of a primal's ether may suffer severe corruption. Even with treatment, such victims are beyond salvation. Then you admit it. Now that you have seen these monstrosities for yourselves, perhaps you will think twice before speaking of a cure. It's... we just said... the ones that are not as fucked. The ones who haven't become all purple and are literally gangling out their hands. Those ones are screwed. The other ones, yeah, we can, you know, probably help them. We're almost there. You have kept your side of the agreement, so I will keep mine. This way. Curious about this. I'm guessing this is some secret underground base. I don't think I can get up here. No. So yeah, there'll be some special entrance into there. Interesting. Oh, there we go. This is Tertium, one of Garlemald's larger stations. It now serves as our headquarters. I've already sent the twins ahead. I will be with you soon, so wait for me at the bottom of the stairs. It's plain to see why they chose this as their base of operations. They could have done a lot worse. Even so, I imagine it's not the easiest place to live. Indeed, and if Jules was waiting to make the perilous journey to Camp Broken Glass in search of food, their own supplies must be all but exhausted. They may be shielded from the wind and snow, but it's still bitterly cold. Much like Victor's spoils, it must be a constant struggle to keep their people warm. Lower your voices. Well, you may be here as my guests. The others will not take kindly to your presence. My commander is in the locomotive over there. Let's continue. Oh, that's a nice etherite. A lookout point. There we go. The etherite is not responding. Alright, sweet.
These are their chosen representatives.
Very well. Let us hear what they have to say.
Yes, sir. I present to you our commander, Lord Quintus Van Kina, Legatus of the First Legion.
Quintus Van Kina. So it's his legion that we wiped
The
off the face
first?
of the map.
I had no idea you had survived.
We lost our emperor, our city, more than half our troops. For my wounds, I may never take the field again. But we survived, aye. In a manner much to your liking, I dare say.
We have no intention of adding to your misfortunes, nor do we bear you any ill will.
Spare me. Though you children may speak in earnest, overtures of peace ever ring hollow in my ears. So long as man stands to profit from his neighbor's suffering, war is inevitable. Driven from our ancestral homeland into this blasted waste. Yet still you yearned to rob us of our paltry scraps. 'Twas only with Magitech that you learned to keep your distance. Though we knew it was only a matter of time before you regrouped and returned. Conquest and empire were our only defenses. Emperors Solus and Varys understood this, and through their campaigns saw us grow and prosper. Much blood has been spilled in Garlemald's name, aye. But if it is a choice between yours and mine, then it is hardly a choice at all.
I do not deny that a great many conflicts throughout history were driven by the desire or necessity to gain by another's loss. That is not why we are here. Nor have we come to petition your aid in the war with the Telophoroi, grave though that threat may be. Our purpose is simply this. We wish to help you. Let us help you. If there is aught that can be done to ease your plight, we would be glad to do it.
Perhaps you would. But regardless of the ideals you espouse, your leaders would not send an army into Garlemald if they did not stand to benefit. If we accept their aid, they will expect their efforts to be rewarded once the Telophoroi are no longer a threat. And after compensation and concessions, the great empire would be brought to heel. Her enemies rejoice at her downfall. Our third eye, a mark of shame.
We won't stand idly by and let your people be humiliated. And we're not alone in that. We only want to make a difference, to make this world of ours better. Surely you can understand that. What I'm trying to say is, there are so many people who just don't care about making you suffer. And maybe that's almost insulting after all the suffering you feel the world has subjected your people to, but believe it or not, that's the truth. And now we're here, and all we're asking is for you to tell us what you want, what you hope for.
So much blood has been shed, so much lost. All because of this endless war. Who wouldn't want to end it? Can we not work together to face our problems as one?
Geopolitics. Yeah, probably not.
Answer me this, young peacemakers. If a world without conflict is your desire, why reject the unity and prosperity of Garlemald? Is it because we do not share your faith? That we do not share your heritage? That our ideals and virtues differ? That we cherish and hold in the highest that which you do not? Disparity is the root of discord, and peace built on compromise is flawed and fleeting. Happiness for one and all is a dream, and the reality is that to the victor go the spoils.
It's not exactly true, it's more of a skewed truth.
That is why we Garleans will never submit nor surrender. For freedom and for pride, we will remain true to ourselves until the bitter end. That is my hope. It seems there is nothing more to say on the matter.
Bro, the fuck's this?
You will remain here while I decide what is to be done with you. Do not be alarmed. No harm will come to you if you cooperate.
We will not resist. However, as your guests, I ask that we be allowed to speak with the other members of your group.
As you wish. I had no intention of locking you up, as by dawn you would be frozen stiff and you're no good to me dead. You are free to move about the encampment, but there is one condition. Collar them.
Bruh. Well, he's some kind of suicide squad. Wait, let me guess, this collar stops that magic.
Incentive. You'll be watched at all times. Stray too far or act suspiciously, and we will administer a rather painful shock. Stop! Keep away from that one. The champion of Eorzea is not so easily cowed. Even if he allowed himself to be collared, the shock would be no more than an itch. No. If he refuses to obey, we will activate the twins' restraints instead.
You needn't worry about us.
We'll forget we're even wearing them soon enough.
Even now, you still... Why go to such lengths? What is it all for?
Yeah. Oh boy.
You are a curious one. A far cry from the merciless barbarian others paint you to be.
'Cause that's
You
not what
will
I
be
have.
their warden. Take them away.
Yes, sir.
Just fuck shit up. There we go with the moral relativism again, putting yourself in other people's shoes. They all, you know, probably assumedly think that there's some kind of evil or such. You know, painting pictures of the people you're at war with, when really most of the people are just normal people wanting to just ignore all that's going on. Even the people you're fighting are just normal people, because, you know, I mean, it's all propaganda and crap. Can I attune you? No, I'm going to attempt to move that to Tonbury. More than 50. God damn. Alright then, we'll go back to Garlemald. Make our way back. There's a fate up there. This will be heading into the city soon. Still on level 82 quests. I'll just keep going. Ian. What was this place called again? Tertium. As per Lord Quintus's instructions, I am to supervise you during your time here in Tertium. Before you ask, no, I don't have a key or any other means to remove your collars, nor would I tell you if I did. If you try anything, you'll soon wish you had. So do you truly intend to speak with the others, or was that merely a ruse? We're in no hurry to disobey Lord Quintus, if that's what you mean. Or perhaps you doubt the wisdom of his decision. Do as you will, but remember, I'll be watching. If I catch wind of you doing anything untoward, trying to trick our people into turning their coats and the like, those shock collars will be the least of your worries. Understood? Though we're somewhat compromised, to put it lightly, let's not waste this opportunity. I suggest splitting up and learning what we can of their situation, and above all else, don't use magics of any sort. You, on the other hand, may go wheresoever you wish, even outside the camp. I know full well I couldn't stop you if I tried. But do not forget, if you do anything to endanger us or our interests, Alphino and Elise will pay the price. It's you! I served under Lord Gaius in the 14th Legion. I was there on the night the Praetorium fell. You and your adventurers, you killed them, my comrades, my friends. You swept them aside in their dozens, as though they were nothing to you. And maybe I am too, just another faceless enemy to be cut down. But it won't be long until our countrymen return. Until you get what you deserve, mark my words. Bruh. She might be a bit stupid, actually. She might be a fucking idiot. Cold. Young soldiers on the verge of losing consciousness. I know who you are, the so-called champion of Eorzea. Come to gloat, have you? I'll wipe that smirk off your face by the blood of our fallen compatriots. I swear I'll... Damn, to all the sutures. Of all the times, the worst of the lot, within striking distance, and I can't even muster the strength. If it weren't for the ill and bleeding us, would be the end of you. The third. Virgilia's treachery nearly cost Lord Quintus's life, but we made our escape, took shelter in a mansion, tended to the wounded as we prepared to strike back, and then night fell, and we gathered around the radio. Then the roar, the terrible roar. The capital was in chaos, but we were spared. If you can call this a mercy, mind intact but body broken, a soldier in name alone. I'd cut you down where you stand if I could. Murderer. Hey, it's the radio. The radio is the same model as the one used at Victor's Forest. Perhaps it is what saved the soldiers here from being tampered. Yes. That is the idea that we're going with. You came with a duelist, didn't you? Well, whatever business brought you here, you'd best keep your hands off the etherite. It's deactivated, but I'd rather you didn't mess about with it. There are others throughout the city, built by Garleans, or Garleans, who teleport all over in the blink of an eye, provided there was a terminal nearby. These days, however, we use the aetherite's power to keep this place lit, though that comes at the cost of its normal function. Oh. Did you learn anything of note? Then your findings are consistent with my own. Their plight is desperate indeed. The sick and injured are at greatest risk. Without warmth and proper nutrition, I fear they will soon perish. I realize there is precious little we can do for them at present, but I cannot bear to see them suffer. Please, will you help me tend to them? Obvious. I don't think they want my help. Who's that? My eyes, I can't see all that well. Ah, thank you. The numbness has subsided a little, but I know I won't last much longer. You should look to the others who can still fight. Give them my ration. If me going hungry means someone else lives to see another day, so be it. At least I can still serve in that way. To those you met, fare no better? I was afraid you would say that. I know we were warned against meddling in their affairs, but we can't leave them like this. Perhaps we might gain permission to have the contingent delivered to supplies. Quintus may have made his feelings on the matter quite clear, but even he must recognize they are not in a position to refuse help. Maybe Julius could persuade him. They would need to persuade Julius first. Well, seen enough. Julius, the people here have barely enough food and fuel to survive. Have you and the other soldiers been able to procure any more supplies? We've been scavenging provisions from the nearby houses, as most families kept some stored away in the event they were snowed in. Still,
Hey, what are you up to?
getting it is dangerous work, and with a lot of mouths to feed. Fuel is the greater concern though. We had some cerulean set aside until it was stolen. We haven't identified the culprit. Could have been other refugees or one of the afflicted for all we know. Either way, we're down to the last dregs. Without the heating they need, those in poor health are only going to get worse instead of better. If it's cerulean we need, our contingent has secured a ready supply. We can have some sent over. We will not accept your charity. If we can hold on a little longer, the situation is sure to change. Hey, everything will change. Heard something of it, have you? Well, from what I've seen, there's little you could do to interfere, so there's no harm in telling you. One of our scouts spotted reported men issuing instructions to the afflicted, or in the bastard words, loyal servants of the Plight. Then he made his way inside the Imperial Palace, or what stands in its place. We'd identified the seat of the enemy's power, we realized. Lord Quintus dispatched a messenger to the 10th Legion saying as much, instructing them to join forces with the provincial legions to prepare for a combined assault on the Plight. Once our allies arrive, your contingent will be sent running for the hills. Then we shall reclaim the capital by our own hand. And how do you intend to survive in the meantime? At this rate, many of your countrymen will perish long before the reinforcements reach Garlemald. They need help now. Say the word and we will bring you cerulean. I will speak with Lord Quintus. So, did he agree to it? Nope. No shot. No, he will not place Garlemald in the debt of her enemies. I have, however, been ordered to search for cerulean outside. As you are under my watch, you will come with me. Very well. After all, many hands make light work. You are more trouble than you're worth. Once we are outside, you will follow my instructions to the letter. We depart shortly. I'm just going searching for some cerulean.
Ah, yeah, that's where I'm up to right now.
We will begin our search for cerulean in Regio Urbanissima. The first location is Forum Solis, a park to the northwest of this station. You are to remain close at all times and act only as ordered. Follow me. Alright, going to go find some supplies then. So, this is the park. I'm surprised they found space for one amongst all these buildings. Actually, the recreational areas came first. The houses were later built around them. A healthy society requires communal spaces for children to play and adults to socialize. This park was named after the founding father of the Empire, the great Solus Zos Galvus. Did we come to extract ceruleum from the wrecked Magitech armor? No, we've drained it. We've already drained it dry. Same goes for the rest of the marking in the vicinity. But as our ceruleum has been stolen, we must scour the city for every last drop. While I don't expect to find anything here, I've decided to try one more time in case something has been overlooked. I see. Then with your permission, we'll commence the search. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break.
Okay.
I won't be very long. Just need to have a little bit of a break.